Hey guys, today you are watching Chick on Flicks, and today we're going to be talking about The Post. Okay, so maybe not this one, but The Washington Post. Over the past few months, Hollywood has paid specific attention to real-life stories in history, and I think it's amazing. This movie is directed by the well-loved Steven Spielberg, and it details the cover-up of the United States government over the span of 4 presidencies regarding our country's involvement in the Vietnam War, and the one woman and newspaper that had the gumption to expose the truth. Over the course of Spielberg's directing career, he has made some amazing movies, and I would have to say that The Post doesn't disappoint. The 2 big actors in this movie are Meryl Streep and Tom Hanks, and I think they did a phenomenal job, not just only individually, but together. Like most other roles she plays in her films, Meryl Streep is a force to be reckoned with, and the role of Katharine Graham is nothing different. She's powerful, versatile, and kind of reminded me of Miranda Priestly in Devil Wears Prada, but with a motherly twist. Tom Hanks plays Ben Bradlee, a frank but passionate newspaper editor who not only pushes the seams of the paper, but also Meryl Streep's character, and acts as a really huge driving force within this film. Both Streep and Hanks in their roles had great chemistry together. How is a newspaper supposed to report on the truth and hold public figures accountable if the people behind the scenes aren't doing just the same? Both Ben Bradlee and Kat Graham have this conflict going between they want the paper to be the best out there and the most truthful, whereas Kat Graham wants to stay in the lines. This dynamic between the 2 actors is not only entertaining for the film, but is kind of a great ode to what goes on behind the scenes and how to make a newspaper great. I would really like to make a quick note of the supporting actors within this film because they play such great roles, not only in the newsroom, but creating conflict within the film. I have to tip my hat off to Sarah Paulson and Bob Odenkirk and Bradley Whitford because the newsroom is a very cohesive entity made up of several parts, and there would be no newspaper without these people. So I'd really like to say that Spielberg did a great job picking the cast to support both Hanks and Streep. Spielberg also pays specific attention to gender roles within this film, especially with Kat Graham and the large shoes she had to fill by being the first women publisher, not only of newspapers, but the Washington Post. Since this film has such a heavy historical context, I think Spielberg did a great job not only portraying what Graham's story was like and what impact the Washington Post had on the country, but also kind of created his own perspective within it. I saw this in not only in the cinematography, but also in the sound and the script. There was very unique cinematography within this film. There were low-angled shots, high-angled shots, and a lot of panning and following of each actor. A lot of the times, being part of the audience, I felt that it was a clandestine feel. Obviously, they were doing a lot of the reporting undercover, and I think Spielberg really illustrated this, that there was a lot of 2-person shots where you could see 2 people in the frame talking to each other. And I think this was a really great aspect of the film because it further reinforced the connections not only Bradley, the newspaper editor, had with Kay, the publisher, but just the overall connections between a journalist and their sources, or a journalist and their boss, or even journalism itself and the business that runs the entire paper. As for the script, there was not only, quick babble back and forth between journalists, but there was a lot of unique ways of communicating within this film. So there was talking over the phone, and there was also some details about the actual Pentagon Papers, which I thought was a great aspect to add within this film because a lot of people aren't familiar with what the Pentagon Papers are. I mean, we've read them in history books as we were kids, but if you're not doing really deep research, you don't know the verbiage of those papers and those documents and what they were written about. And I thought it was a great way by Spielberg to add this historical context within the film and kind of have people really hear what these documents had to say. One aspect of Spielberg's directing that I think is very important to add is his unique ability to take such an important moment in our nation's history and use it to relate to events that are happening to this day. This movie is an ode to journalism and its responsibility it has in our society, and I think also a firm reminder of what news organizations should continue to do. There was strong acting, strong editing and cinematography, a great script, and just a very powerful message. If you saw the film and liked it too, please comment below on what you thought, not only about the film, but this review. And if you really liked the video, please hit that subscribe and like button right down in the corner. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Chick on Flicks.